Gary!
Seinfuck.
What are you talking about? You can't just...
Gizzard
It's a
and the Lizard
band.
Wizard is an Australian
You can't just
garage
say
band.
that as if I know that's a band.
It's a
name.
pretty well-known band.
Gonna be
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard. You want to say it 6 more times? It's funnier every single time.
It kinda is. King,
Yeah,
was it King Lizard and the Wizard?
King
Blizzard?
Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard.
Oh man, and they must be getting blizzards. And getting scissors.
Ooh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, shut
Yeah,
the
let's
fuck up.
go! Man,
Malcolm quickly becoming the heel of this episode
Yeah, well, that's fine. Because it's
by
never me.
disrespecting the Giz.
I'm a perennial baby face on this podcast. I will never be made the heel. I wanted to talk about the tunnels in New
No,
York
we're
City.
not talking about the tunnels.
I just think it's
I
funny.
specifically said before we started recording, we should probably leave the tunnels out of this.
Yeah,
episode.
Robert's very protective about the Hasidic tunnels. He won't let me talk about them at all.
it's okay. You're allowed to talk about the tunnels. There's a lot of tunnels in New York City.
That's another thing he said to try to cover it up. He's like, those tunnels could have belonged to anybody.
No, that's not what I said.
said
I
those could have
said
been anyone's
that is a
tunnels.
crawl space inside of a fucking a Hasidic religious school at one point owned by the Shabbat.
I'm pretty sure it's much more elaborate than that, actually. They're crawling
I'm
out
not
of
even
sewers and
Jewish.
stuff.
I don't feel the need to defend this.
Well, then stop.
You don't have to if you don't want to. I don't know what the story is behind the tunnels because I saw some shit posting on Twitter in which there was a guy who was basically like, oh, I hear like Yiddish underneath my
Yeah,
my-
that's how I
you
was
know,
telling
underneath
Rob
I
it.
about
live on
that.
the ground floor, hear Yiddish. Yeah.
I don't have a basement.
It would certainly
Yeah.
be in a wonderful day for schizo posting.
Oh, it's let me tell you something. If there's something in the news that involves Jews, there is an entire contingency of tinfoil hat wearing sons of bitches that'll crawl out of the woodwork to say
Mhm.
just about anything that you could imagine about those people. However, there is a small portion of those tinfoil hat wearing motherfuckers that get it right. Now, what are they
don't
saying,
get it
Robert?
Right. They pick out facts and it's convenient.
Yeah.
Oh, he can't give anybody credit.
Yeah, they say, "Oh wow, hey uncle, it's one of my uncles. He's talking. He's another one of these anti-Semitic rants."
Your uncle makes anti-Semitic rants. Very interesting. What's his name? Where is his address?
Yeah. What part of Florida does he live
The
in?
Anti-Defamation League would be very interested.
The
in this
ADL wants to
information.
give your uncle a visit.
That would imply that he had a job to speak of that they could fire him from.
Hey, you never know these days. Not to get off the topic, right? But I actually wanted to start this episode with a completely different question.
You blanked. You got
Yeah,
into a
it
fugue
got the
state.
deer in the
Yeah.
headlights kind of thing. Have you
The
ever
pressure
pulled your
got to
favorite
you.
pair? What?
The pressure that got to you.
He said the pressure got to you.
The pressure never got to me, McLeod.
Yeah, listen, Harper. It did because you fell into what do I say? To a blank space, a liminal space between.
I'm going to drink this entire bottle of Nyquil if you don't stop.
Don't. One of my friend's dad actually, or one of the friends of my dad actually died from doing that.
Oh
I'm drinking
no!
half a bottle of Nyquil?
God,
Oh yeah, 100%.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
that's
He
That's
thought
really
he was a big man. He had a minor cold, and he just fucking chugged that shit and was like, "Oh,
Wow.
I'll be good in the morning." Died in the night due to brain swelling.
Jesus
Brain
Christ!
swelling. That's
Oh,
terrible.
man.
Right?
That's a way to go.
Which hole did it pop out of?
Left ear.
But what was your thing you were going to ask?
No, I want to know
Yeah.
more about your
That was
dad's
genuinely a
friend.
good joke, though. I will say.
I want to know more about your dad's friend who died from drinking too much NyQuil.
I want to know more about his
How
uncle.
horny was he
But-
after he drank it?
What do you mean how horny he was? He had a cold.
Malcolm's asking the big questions. What was he jerking off to when he died of brain swelling?
So his brain was swelling. What else was
Did
swelling?
he grab
Yeah.
his cock too hard and the blood
Yeah.
shot back up into his
Oh.
brain and like exploded it? You beep this if it's inappropriate, Robert. But one time your brother told me that you could stop yourself from coming by yanking your balls really hard when you're about to climax.
That is something my brother would say at like 15, 16.
No, he told me that last year. But this is a
Fuck him and fuck his family.
Malcolm, you can't be saying that.
The question I wanted to ask was, have you ever had a favorite pair of underwear and you put it through the washing machine and you pulled it out and there's skid marks?
No.
Me neither, dude. Me neither. That's so weird.
I will say, I don't really have a lot of light colored underwear.
On purpose?
Not necessarily on purpose, just kind of like I feel like having like gray is probably as light as I get, and I don't know.
Is that because you wear Depends in your fursuit?
I wipe my ass, god damn it! I don't put skid marks on shit.
Well,
That's true. I also don't do that. I'm very thorough. I got to be a thorough wiper.
I like how you and me just both instinctively doubt Malcolm is telling the truth. I can tell by the look in your face.
I know.
Let me see your underwear,
I'm
Malcolm.
sorry.
Take your pants off and bend over so I can see your asshole, and we'll be the
I
judge.
don't have a dirty
A
ass.
lot of love here, Malcolm. I'm just saying, you have the vibe of a guy who'd leave skid marks on shit.
You have the vibe of a pants shitter.
That's
a racist.
honestly the worst thing you've ever said about me. I'm
Told
so
you for
offended
everyone,
right
so
now. I don't have that.
yeah.
Listen, I shouldn't have that vibe. I'm so
insulting you, implying that you used to like Doctor Who.
It is funny though.
I'm just saying I could envision a reality.
You're assuming that my ass is dirty.
You were known as skid.
I could jerk off to the idea of you shitting your pants. What's so wrong about that?
Oh God! Oh, that is fucking heinous.
Is it
No,
heinous,
I'm just saying,
Robert?
maybe
Oh.
gym class wasn't that kind to you.
Here's the thing, and it's a bit of a self-report on myself. I lived in a house where there was a bidet. So my ass was cleaner than all the others, all right?
So you were cheating, is essentially.
Yeah,
what
you that's not fair. You had water spray your ass down.
Listen, I didn't realize at the time that was such a luxury, but then everyone got tushies, which you could sponsor us, by the way.
Please sponsor us. We're begging you. We want clean assholes.
Now I have a clean asshole every time, right? Listen, you never know when you're gonna get your scrum eaten, so you got to be up.
Do you? Ugh.
Have you ever had your ass eaten, Malcolm?
No, but I wanted it once.
That's so real. That's so real of you, dude.
That's so real.
Hey,
But then she
it's
saw the skid
fucking
marks on your
awesome,
underwear,
okay?
and she was just like, "Oh no,
Hey.
I can't do this."
Look, sometimes they do, Robert. And maybe if you weren't so afraid, someone would eat your ass too.
We don't know if no one's eating my ass.
Has someone eaten your ass?
Robert? You don't look like somebody who would be comfortable with getting their ass eaten, to be honest with you.
No comment.
The fifth has been
I
bled.
copped out.
Listen, he clearly hasn't had his ass eaten.
There we go.
I haven't had my ass eaten.
Yeah, it's pretty odd. You look like a guy who's eating ass. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying.
But someone eating your ass? No.
Yeah, that's completely. I think we've all eaten butt here. Is that not?
Yeah, but
the
no,
case?
we're
I think it's safe to
millennials.
say.
We eat ass.
We
Classic.
we drink Starbucks, respect women, eat ass. What are the other
Buy
ones?
me a
Malcolm?
drink at the bar after my set's done.
What a classic, dude. I still tell that one, Malcolm, when I'm at when I'm in a bar or something and I have the need to tell people I'm millennial. I go through such a laundry list that they at the end they buy me a drink to shut me up. This has happened twice.
Nice.
There's so many
Life
dive
hack,
bars
ladies
here.
and gentlemen. If you're a millennial, you can get this for free.
This one simple trick. This one
This
easy
one
joke.
simple trick
It's called nagging.
will get you laid every time. It's called negging.
Negging, yeah, reneging.
Oh no.
I don't know, Robert. I really think that you should just grab the back of your knees sometime and tell her to go to town because let's face it.
Tell who? Who?
Your paramour. I don't know.
Would you want us to name someone by name when you prompted us to do that? You knew who.
Oh, 100%. If you could do it, I would be impressed.
Whoever's there, Robert.
Oh, hold on. Let me just look at my recent texts
Mom.
telling me.
Mom, sister, brother, father-in-law.
Perhaps he
I have
will eat
a
my
contact
ass.
that just says in parentheses Frontier Flight.
Hey, you take it where you get it these days.
Yeah, I got a girl's number on a Frontier Flight, ladies and gentlemen. Woo!
How old was she? 30?
Like 23.
Oh,
Oh,
What's in it? Oh, don't owe me.
cradle robbing.
That is the bottom of my. If you were younger than 23, you're too young for me. I'm
Half
sorry.
your age plus 7 is the rule.
Half your age plus 7. Yeah, that's half your age. Half of 30 is 15 plus 7, 22. I'm good. I'm in the clear.
you're in the clear. No one was saying you were cradle
Very
robbing.
proud of you for doing the math so quickly.
You literally went, oh.
I was saying that. I was doing
fucking soy jacked on me, fucking Malcolm. What the fuck?
Listen, it wasn't. Listen,
really well, Harper.
It wasn't. Listen, it wasn't for the fact that she was 23. It was that you met her on a Frontier flight. That was what I.
Oh yeah, she already knows I'm broke. I'm starting literally at the lowest expectation.
Robert. I have a question. Did you fuck her on the airplane?
No.
Why didn't you just say yes for the purposes of the question?
It was a 45-minute flight.
You had all the time in the world.
Oh no!
You could have done it 45 times.
God, I got some stamina in me.
Little jackrabbit. Yeah, you're exactly like an Energizer battery because you stopped working after a minute.
I had to reboot. I'm like,
that sure was enlightening, wasn't it?
Yeah, it was fun.
We've learned all kinds of things about each other, and we'll never be the same. This is our dead body by the railroad.
The podcast? Yeah, that's probably right.
Malcolm, I have a question actually. It's hockey adjacent. Not hockey, Robert. Don't worry. Do you have stadium karaoke?
Oh, yes. I've been to a game where there was stadium karaoke. And
No, you have to explain what
Robert's
stadium
never
karaoke
been to a
is.
hockey game.
I've never heard of this.
No, so what it is that it's just, at least this is the way I've seen it done, is that it's just someone like in the intermission or like between like plays, just is like asked to do regular karaoke, but it's like in front of the whole arena. And then what happened was I was at one game not that long ago, like earlier this season, and this guy was asked to go sing a song, and it was very clear that two things had happened. One, he was almost blackout drunk. Like he was gone.
The second was that he didn't know the song.
And then he had no clue what the song was. And I was like, how did he not vet it? First of all, you should have vetted him being like, this guy can barely stand. And then the second one is like, did you not ask him like, hey, do you know these like 3 songs? Because that's what it was happening, is he was singing the song, then he would clearly not know the song. And then they were like, oh, we'll move on to the next song.
And then he just did a hum the entire way through.
Yeah, the only song he perked up to, which was the third song, which is, as one of my friends, my black friends likes to say, is crack for white people, was Sweet Caroline.
Oh, yeah, that's fair. But speaking of the Sweet Caroline thing, there was this old, I shouldn't say old, so at a restaurant I used to work at here in Phoenix, they'd have live music from time to time. And one of the main acts they had was 2 guys named Ethan and Todd. And their closeout bit, or the closeout song, was always Sweet Caroline. And they fucking... it was in Scottsdale. People ate it the fuck up.
You have to do that. I used to go to a karaoke bar every Sunday or Wednesday or wherever the fuck it was. I think it was Wednesday. And
or Sunday or other days of the week.
There was this guy.
Listen, I was there 6 to 7 days a week.
I was hammered.
It was a cowboy bar that did karaoke on Wednesdays and Sundays. If you know, you know. And
I know.
We knew this guy named Richard, and everybody called him Churd. And
that is such a terrible nickname.
I thought it was cool.
That's terrible.
It's a very popped collar kind of nickname. And Churd had this incredible knack for selecting songs that the entire bar would sing no matter what. And Sweet Caroline was certainly one of them. He also had, I think, I Just Can't Wait to Be King under his belt. It helped that he was a very good singer. And
that's a good... Any Disney songs are kind of instant, like, sing-along fodder.
Yeah, he was really very funny. And I remember the guy pretty vividly leading the entire bar in a sing-along of Friends in Low Places, which seems like low-hanging fruit.
That's another really good... Yeah. That's white people crack.
It is white people. You could get... I don't know if there is, like, an equivalent for the other races, is there? Well, you certainly wouldn't know, would you? And you certainly wouldn't say it if you did know, would you?
You immediately just call us out on not knowing?
Well, you're not invited to the cookouts like I am, so...
Oh, I'm so sorry. All I know is that one time my dad sung Blackstreet at karaoke, and it did really well.
It did numbers. I bet. He's transracial. Yeah. And I mean that not in the sense that he's getting melanin injections, but in the sense that he transcends racial boundaries. He's like
a Rachel Dolezal type.
He's not a Rachel Dolezal type.
A real Dolezal.
That was the whole point of what he just said.
Oh, sorry. I just wanted to...
looking for, by the way, Harper, is cool.
I don't really think in terms of cool, Robert. I base my entire
you think
life
in terms of transracial
reality. In fact, if I don't have some sort of political basis to a statement, I don't make it.
I can't just hate that guy for no reason. I have to make up a reason on why he's the worst.
Italian. Got it.
No.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Mamma mia.
Yeah. What's another safe racist? I think Pollock's still safe racist, is it not?
It's not safe racist.
Not
it's
safe
close,
racist?
but it's not.
What, were they persecuted?
The only safe racist is Italians right now. I think that they're the only ones where you're like,
let me migrate to Winnipeg, and I'll be like the first person there to buy a tea. Never mind, dude. I'm just gonna fucking shut up.
I wanted to know where that was going.
I was gonna shit on the Jets for having the best team in the league and not showing up to the games.
So Harper, I was gonna say we've gone way off topic, but I feel like you had a story about stadium karaoke.
It's mind numbing because, well, your story I think is better, right? Because you have one person doing it. That's the whole point. The stadium karaoke at the mall, it's different, right? So they get everybody to do it and they turn it into a cam. And
so they're like encouraging the entire stadium to join in, I'm guessing.
Oh, interesting.
Every time they do it, it's the same song. I've been to, I want to say like 6 games this season.
And it's always the same song.
And this last time I went was the only time that it was different. It was Don't Stop Believing. Every time before that, it was John Denver's Country Road.
Oh, that's a terrible song to play at any sporting event.
It's like playing the hockey song, you know?
Oh, I've heard that a lot when I've gone to hockey games.
What's the hockey song?
Hello out there. We're on the air.
It's hockey night tonight. That's the whistle blow. The look on Robert's face is crazy.
He's like Bumblebee.
This is not real. This is a fever dream.
At the good old hockey game. Oh, the good old hockey game. It's the best game you can play.
And the best game you can name.
It's the good old hockey game.
To the ballpark is what I'm hearing.
Take me where the hockey players.
Take me out to the ball game.
Yeah, it's kind of like that, except it's sang by the world's most drunk Canadians from Alberta.
So Canadians.
Yeah, the song is by a guy named Stompin' Tom Connor.
That's possibly the most Canadian name I've ever heard. The music video is great.
They call him Stompin'.
Yeah, he was like a Canadian country and folk singer, but his biggest hit was the hockey song.
That is so sad. I bet.
Wow.
Cut that, Sasha, please.
Wow. You can't say that because
I can't say that.
I can't.
Yeah, bleep it out, Sasha, but leave it in so we can shame him.
Okay, there you go.
Boo.
Did you hear that they're releasing an hour-long special from George Carlin? And do you know how they're doing it?
Is it the one that he scrapped because of 9/11?
No, it's even worse. It's being generated by AI.
Oh, fuck AI. God damn it.
An hour-long special of George Carlin doing AI.
You know, it's funny. I remember everybody being okay with AI until it started doing shit like this. And now it's just like, oh, fuck AI. What about the business? Well, I was here first, motherfucker. What about the business? What about the artists? What about the voice actors? What about the movies? Why are the robots making art instead of mining?
So,
would anyone be opposed to AI Jeff Dunham if it was funny?
I mean, opposed. I'm opposed to Jeff Dunham as a concept.
Yeah.
It's
a moral question. You know, it's sort of like the trolley dilemma.
Only if they brought back Ahmed the Dead Terrorist.
He still does that. What do you mean brought back? He still does it.
Well, yeah.
I thought he stopped doing it. I can't remember.
Jeff Dunham is a very right-wing individual.
Yeah, he does that for an hour and a half on the Fox channel every Sunday.
Oh, God. And didn't he also bring out a new character? It was just like the millennial fucking crybaby or some fucking
I think
bullshit.
the counter is supposed to have like Walter in a MAGA hat. It's not a very good counter. It's still just Walter. What I'm just saying, though, what if AI was used to make unfunny comedians funny, like Carlos Mencia having a set that's more ostensibly original than Carlos Mencia could produce, even though it's still stealing jokes?
I mean, Carlos Mencia bought all the jokes he tells anyway. Like, that's not like, it's not like he comes up with those. He's got a writer's room.
That's what I'm telling you. AI doesn't do anything new. It just regurgitates and regenerates. It's basically already Carlos Mencia.
I will say the nightmare of this George Carlin thing, it just sounds awful because it's like according to the article, it's like the AI impression of Carlin also tackled the sensitive issue of gun rights activists and the intersection with transgender Americans.
They're so desperate. They're like in their minds are like, if George Carlin was alive, he'd be slagging on trans people right now. Just
that would be so fucked up.
Bringing him back. They're bringing
he wouldn't be.
From the
These fucking idiots walking around telling me that they're different.
Pull a Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, that wouldn't happen. George Carlin would be very accepting of trans people.
Oh, 100%.
Exactly.
Because he was like that about everything. He was like, fuck you, God is fake. Let gay people fuck. Fuck you.
Yeah, he was saying that in the 90s, like when it was like kind of at the most unpopular
at the time.
Were you hoping for like a Chappelle take from Carlin, Robert?
I mean, I'm not going to watch this. I'm just what
from AI George Carlin if he was just like, I don't believe in him.
Oh, no. Apparently, back in April, though, the same company, so the AI bot is called Dudesy. I guess it's a comedy AI bot for other stuff.
I've seen some of those on Twitter, and they suck balls.
I want to say this right now. I feel like a lot of these people who are like coming up with like AI bots are all the same people who were trying to get rich doing like NFTs. Like
absolutely. Absolutely. You seen the AI storytelling guy, the one who gets the creepy little animated girl and fucking like makes AI movies that are like 20 minutes long and they suck balls.
Yeah.
That's an NFT guy.
That does sound like it would suck
balls. Suit in the profile picture talking about how AI is that's an NFT guy. Take him out back. Strap him on the cross, fucking crucify him, do whatever you want.
It's basically multi-level marketing schemes. It's people being involved with this fucking bullshit. They're doing, how would you say?
I used to think that MLM meant Man-Loving Monday or something like that.
You thought it was like the gays conspiring?
Well, you see hashtag MLM on Twitter and you're just like,
Yeah, it's Man-Loving Mondays and Women-Loving Wednesdays.
Why couldn't it have been like something not gay, like music-loving Mondays?
Well, Robert, then I wouldn't be thinking of it.
Depends on the music.
But apparently back in April, they did the same thing that they're doing with George Carlin, but with Tom Brady. But Tom Brady threatened to sue them. And Tom Brady's not even a comedian, so I don't know what the fuck they're doing.
I remember this. I remember this. Yeah, so there was this whole thing where he had just retired from like the NFL, and then all of a sudden there was this like cryptic announcement where he's like, Tom Brady is going to do stand-up comedy, and everyone was like, what the fuck? Like, well, he's going to do he's not a funny guy. Like, he's never tried to be funny. And then all of a sudden, it came out that it was this AI company that was going to use his voice to do stand-up.
And I'm just like, threatened to sue them, and now they're just doing it to someone who's dead, who can't like fight back against it.
Well, I feel like his estate's going to go after him because his daughter's alive and she's very litigious, and he's got a lot of like famous like fans who still like look out for him.
She probably gave it the thumb up.
She might have. I mean, I'm not seeing any. The article on USA Today says that there's no word from Carlin's estate on this bot.
So it means they're like probably figuring it out right now. Just more that Kelly Carlin, who's the daughter, is very protective. Because I watched
she should be.
Judd Apatow had a like George Carlin special on HBO that released like 2 years ago. And it's really good. But one of the things that like made it work was the fact that like he became friends with Kelly Carlin and was able to get all these like interesting stories about like, she remembers a time when her dad was this like struggling comedian, barely selling out clubs. Like he's trying to take acting roles to support it, but he's like not getting roles. And then all of a sudden in like the 80s, he kind of
just blows up. Yeah.
And it's like this kind of wild ride. At the same time, like George Carlin also, like he was like in love with just, like really one woman, which was like his first wife. And then, was basically ride or die with her until she died. And then he like remarried her like friend or something. But like even the widow, like that's still alive. Sally Wade is just very much like, yeah, no, he was
still in love with my friend. I was a cuck.
Yeah. Brenda I was going to say, it's just so insane. Like, it's just so insane. Like, it's just so much insanity over all this. It's so funny.
Sorry, you're losing me. I honestly don't care.
I was wondering what you were doing for a second.
I'm scratching my dog so he doesn't fucking do this sound he does when he wants attention. He goes, well, I'm trying to fucking record a podcast, and he knows I'm recording a podcast.
That's actually such a coincidence. I make those noises too.
Oh.
Yeah. That's what that's the voices you make when you're like, girl, can you please eat my ass?
Like a dog. Now you got me back. See, that's all you had to do.
We got him back.
Sorry, you were saying George Carlin's very interesting.
It's so funny. I used to think like after Vine closed, I was like, next time there's a short form content platform, I'm getting on there. I'm going to be on the first wave. That happened. I was like, I can't be bothered. I didn't want to dance.
I do kind of feel bad about missing out on trends and stuff. It obviously is such a strange tangent, but I do remember playing like the early beta of Fortnite and thinking maybe I should stream this. It could have been a Fortnite streamer, ladies and gentlemen. It would have gone awful.
That's truly the worst future I can envision.
Imagine if right now, Robert, you were a ninja. Like you were the ninja.
Yeah, Ninja and I traded places.
A future where Robert's just cracked out on Adderall playing fucking Fortnite. Chat, what was that? Chat, what was that? Did you see it in the corner? You got to build up. You'll build up.
A pixel 3 miles away just changed colors. Obviously, it's a player.
I think streaming is probably the worst thing to happen to pop culture. I really hate streaming and streamers. Yeah. I've liked one streamer before, and his name was Force and Law. He doesn't do what I like about him anymore, which was he was not the interesting part of his stream. His chat was. His chat was just like the worst people on the internet.
Yeah, his chat was filled with 12-year-olds yelling at everybody, and that's kind of what made it funny. But then I dropped off fairly. I probably dropped off earlier than you there, Harper.
It was just
I
funny.
haven't actually looked at Twitch in like months.
I went back to watch Forrest play a game. He looks much happier now that he's not playing Hearthstone. But the chat's basically the same. And he doesn't have the donation to play songs thing, which was half the comedy of the stream, is that people would play gay porn noises over his stream.
Yeah, ear rape and gay porn noises and anything, gachi moochi, any of that stuff.
I really laughed at that one, Kevin. Stuff like that. It doesn't happen anymore. We want to hear from you guys. If we do a sub to play a song stream, will you come and will you donate to hear gay porn music? Let us know.
I would not. I'm going to say this right now. I probably wouldn't stream even if our viewers
Robert,
asked.
you're the face of Seinfuck. You have to.
I am not the face of Seinfuck.
He's the face of Seinfuck. Malcolm, do you agree?
Yeah. I guess, listen, we got to make a buck somehow. So I'm all.
All right, everybody.
You're just going to whore me out in front of the Twitch?
On 3, whip your cocks out. Whoever's got the shortest one's the face of Seinfuck.
Yeah. I was also thinking just about, like, I was talking to a friend about, like, early YouTube recently, and, like, the idea of just, like, how different it was and like how much of a wild was. Like, do you guys remember the first time you were ever like on YouTube?
Oh,
or like,
yeah, 100%. Yeah. I mean, I think I remember when YouTube had it wasn't just upvote or downvote, it was like the 1 through 5 stars.
Yeah, dude, that was so a real trip to see that. Like
everything was 240p refresh rate.
You know what?
Yeah,
Malcolm, what was the first video? Do you remember the first video you saw on YouTube?
I'm pretty confident the first video that I ever saw was Smosh's like Pokemon theme.
Dude, mine too. I remember very vividly the first video was Smosh's Pokemon thing.
I'm pretty sure I was like in elementary school.
Oh my God, you're me. It's crazy.
And then someone went to the computer lab.
A shared experience.
And then like there was a computer lab and it was like, hey, you got to see this. Like, it's so funny. It's so funny. And then it was the Smosh, like, Pokemon.
It's like our lives have had the exact trajectory since that moment. It's just that you made the right choices and I did not. I took the acid and you turned it down. See?
Yeah,
exactly. I was like, no, I gotta keep watching.
I have a meeting tomorrow. I'm not taking acid.
I have to be responsible. No, I can't. I think one of the very first things on YouTube I watched, at least that I can remember, was probably Harry Potter Puppet Pals.
No, Neil C. Cerrigo wasn't until like what, 2006, 2007? You got on late.
It was, YouTube started in 2005, and I don't think I was there for its like very first year.
I think Neil C. Cerrigo wasn't doing the Potter Puppet Pals until later. It feels like something he did
maybe
later.
I'm completely off base there. My memory's fucked, but I don't remember really getting too like hard into YouTube until later. Yeah, no, but Harry Potter Puppet Pals is quite a bit. It's pretty old. Maybe I can figure that out.
I swear I remember people doing the Potter Puppet Pals bit in like late middle school.
Well, they had multiple
school.
episodes.
I know, Robert. I was there. Anyway, yeah, old YouTube's a trip.
Yeah, the very first one is from 2007 in March.
Yeah, I also remember like back in the day as well when like early YouTube was the fact that you could have like video responses where people would just actually
it was like retweeting it, but worse.
That was weird.
And then it's like I feel like they're starting to bring that back because now you can do like a remix, like with YouTube Shorts. You're like, what if I remix? And then
what's so funny about that whole thing, Robert? Every response looked the same. They were always filmed like this, and they were just like, "You can't call me gay. I'm not gay. It's not
in 2005, not now." Yeah. All kids.
Just for the listeners, Harper moved his camera and microphone, and he like had it like below him, and his light was above him, and
around dong height. Yeah.
And the light was overexposing him, so you couldn't see his face, but he was like trying to stare at the camera.
Obviously doing an impression of a very angry 10-year-old.
You ever seen that video where he's just like, everyone in the comment section is calling me a homo. I'm not a homo.
It's a classic.
That's a genre video that is like peak early YouTube as well. Like I feel like there's still those videos happening, but we're just like too old to like be in the sphere.
Oh yeah, we are out of touch, and I'm happy.
I got one made about me.
Oh, I don't want to be in that sphere.
Back when abridged series were really popular, me and my little brother did one, and someone made a reply, and they were just like, "I was going to do an abridged series first," and these shitty little kids did it, and I was like, "My God, you sound like 30." I'm 10 years old on the internet.
Did you ever get like views on that, or was that
I tricked people into viewing my videos a lot? Yeah, I would like clickbait them. Like you remember the Awesome series that Ego Raptor had?
Yeah,
I didn't really dive into it, but I know of it. Yeah,
I was aware of somebody who did animations via GIF format on a different website, and I would steal the GIFs and voice them over with shitty Foley. And put them on YouTube as Smash, Awesome, stuff like that, different Nintendo characters. It got like 10,000 views or something like that.
What?
Because I tricked enough people into seeing it.
I never did any of the video uploading thing. The main thing I remember specifically was when there'd be like a girl or something in high school or middle school, and she'd take videos of like just lunchtime, and then I'd show up in them but not like do anything. I'd just be like a background extra in these fucking weird ass videos people would upload.
You look like you're in Foam Adventures or something.
Yeah, there was no point of it. It was just like, this is lunchtime at blank blank high school and this time, and then I'm like, hey, that's me. Why am I there?
So you're just in the background of better videos.
Yeah, not better videos. They're just absolutely useless. But it's like, yeah, this is Kira. She's insane. That's Michael. That's Jonathan. And then I'm just walking past them in the background. And that was the extent of it. I never really got into uploading stuff when I was a kid, unfortunately.
But nowadays, I think it's worse because now you're trying to impress like influencers where you're like, look at this edit I made of your video. Where before I was just like, it was the freeness of the internet where they're pre like influencer culture where I was like, I'm just uploading because this is kind of fun and I don't know what this is and who's going to know? Yeah,
I remember when the only videos people would upload with dance numbers, choreographed dance numbers, was from Haruhi Suzumiya.
Those were the days when weeaboos ran the internet.
I also remember like the other big video for like choreographed dances was the OK Go.
The treadmill thing. People saw that and lost their fucking minds, but it looks so stupid.
Oh, yeah.
Now.
Yeah. What's so funny is because it was so popular. Like it won like the MTV like music award for best music video. And then they performed it live on stage. I recently rewatched the live performance of it. And there's a little bit of like, you're like, oh man, it's like, I remember the time watching it live and going like, oh shit, they're going to fall. Like they're just going to like bust their heads open. And then now you rewatch it, you're like, there was no risk involved. Like,
they're just walking on treadmills. What the fuck?
Yeah. And maybe again, I was like, at that point I was like 12, 13. So I'm just like, oh my God, look at that. It's so cool.
Yeah, the hope hadn't really been punctured out of you just yet. The mystery. Oh yeah, the soy Wojak.
We're all Americans here, all right? It's an unavoidable fact of life.
No, we're not. Malcolm's Canadian. He's weird.
What's the continent, Robert?
Wow, you can't say that about me. That's so rude.
North America. And then above North America, there's that place called Canada. We don't talk about
It's the same continent.
Except for like pretty much every episode.
How about that user submission? That's crazy.
I was going to break that out just now. Yeah. Okay, so we have a question from a user who would like to be known as Ollie, O-L-I. And their question is, if a guy were to have sex with an invisible woman, would his dick disappear when inside her, or would you be able to still see his dick? And his song suggestion is Anything by LMFAO.
So here's the thing, right? Let's assume
hold on.
Like
it's the song. Sorry, I'm something really bothering me. Is there a song called Anything by LMFAO, or is he saying any song by LMFAO?
That's a good question. There might be a song called Anything by.
Isn't that I think you guys are overshooting the mark here. What the fuck? He's just asked a very poignant question. If you put your dick in a prison.
I'm just sorry. I'm just a little triggered because my gym right now has been playing dog shit playlists from like the early 2010s, and there's so much LMFAO playing right now, and I'm losing my goddamn mind.
Party rock every 20 minutes.
Yeah, I'm just like, listen, I'm trying to get my pump on, and
you don't feel pumped by that, Malcolm?
Yeah, that's kind of weird on you, to be honest.
Yeah, and I don't want to party rock.
If you don't get pumped up for party rock, that's on you. You weren't there.
Listen, I used to get fucked up listening to party rock because that's when I was in university. That song was
God, I am so sorry.
You can't complete these lyrics. I will bet you $10 that you can't complete these lyrics.
All right.
That party last night was awfully crazy. I wish we taped it. I danced my ass off and
crazy. I don't remember. I'm trying to get my pump on.
He's faking it. He's lying. I knew it. He's never heard Asheroth, and he said, I was in uni partying to LMFAO. You're not nearly as uncool as you make yourself out to be.
We are completely missing the actual users.
Well, I was trying to tell you that before you said, blow it out your ass, Harper. I'm trying to talk about LMFAO.
Okay, blow it out your ass.
Here's the thing.
If someone put their dick in you, would it go away?
And then I also want to say right now that I feel like you knowing those lyrics, Harper, is more of a cell phone than you realize.
You couldn't even tell me who that artist is and why it's a cell phone.
I know who the artist is. It's LMFAO.
It's not.
It's a shitty song. It's a bad song.
It's a bad song. Yeah, but so was LMFAO. Oh my God. So was Party Rock
Anthem. It's being brain-powered on this shit. Stop soy wojacking.
It's just bad. It's bad. We can admit it, all right? It's been 12 years. It was bad music, all right?
Yeah, LMFAO made bad music. That's what I've been trying to say. And because you can't correlate... Okay, look, if I put my dick inside the invisible woman, I think it disappears, right? Because there's...
Dumb. Completely dumb.
I'm sorry. You think I'm dumb for that?
Yeah, 100%. I'm sorry. She's the invisible one, not me.
Yeah, but isn't her matter like invisible as well? Like, so that means the inside. So when you're fucking her, your penis should just kind of go into whatever invisible aspect is her. Because like her organs...
You'd be concealed within the invisibility.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but you aren't part of her.
Let's discuss the mechanics of the invisibility first, okay?
Yeah,
what's most likely occurring is that it's like, let's assume it's like the boys, you know his whole thing.
Oh, what was his name? Translucent or something like that?
Yeah, where he had this skin that was like so refractive that it made him invisible.
Well, I wasn't thinking that one. I was thinking more the Invisible Man invisible.
Which has no rules, so you would be right no matter what.
It has rules. Clothes on him don't become invisible simply because he's wearing them.
But did he put them up his ass? Otherwise, there's no rules.
What do you mean there's no rules? They're part of his body, and therefore it's invisible.
If you put a butt plug on the Invisible Man, you'll only see the button.
You can. It's like saying, well, he's invisible. I shouldn't see anything behind him because he's invisible.
When the Invisible Man eats, do you see the food in his guts? Do you see the shit inside the
probably.
Does he take in invisible shits.
The shit is part of him. Your DNA is part of it.
So he's got invisible shits now?
Yes, of course he's got invisible shits.
Look at him. He's you pedant. I'm telling you that the shit is visible in this scenario.
I just think it's a lot more cinematic if you're fucking an invisible girl. Your dick is cinematic.
That's not cinematic at all. That's the opposite of cinematic. That's very lazy.
You coming and it's just kind of your cum is just sitting there.
Oh my God.
It's more cinematic if you pull out, your dick appears, and then cum comes out of nowhere. Much more cinematic.
Yeah, no, that's
simply to satisfy fetishists everywhere. Your dick cannot turn invisible for this.
He's lying to you.
Okay, so wait, so you're saying
he's lying.
So what so hold on, I feel like you're agreeing with us in that the sense that when the dick goes in, it's essentially invisible, but when it comes out, obviously not, and then. So, like, here's the thing.
Your dick should be visible the entire time.
Why?
You should be
That's
seen.
Crazy.
Why?
That's insanity.
I literally asked you the same question about the food, and you said you wouldn't see it.
No, I didn't say. I said, I don't know.
So you don't know.
Well, that's not a good enough answer.
It's the same answer. It's the same thing.
You're putting something in a different hole.
I didn't say no. I said, I don't know. As in, it could be one way or it could be another way. I personally think that you would probably be able to see the food.
You're putting something in a different hole.
Are they visible or are they see-through, as in every part of them is see-through, or is it the fact that their skin is refractive or whatever dumb bullshit that is?
Oh, see, it's dumb bullshit because it's not what he thought of. He thinks it's dumb bullshit because he didn't think of it.
I didn't fucking think of it. I don't fucking give two shits about not thinking of it. I'm sorry. I'm not translucent or anything like that. I don't get killed because I'm like, how does he get killed in The Boys?
He has a bomb shoved up him that you can't see, by the way, when you shove it up his ass.
Yeah, because his skin's refractive. He's not invisible. His skin
is invisible. For all intents and purposes, translucent is invisible.
He's invisible.
No, it's a different thing.
No, it's not a different thing.
In actuality. See,
this is the same thing.
Your body is different than your body refracting light.
No, it's not. At the point where you're seeing what's behind him one-to-one perfectly, he is invisible.
I'm gonna fucking strangle you.
You're wrong.
No, I'm sorry. You guys are completely wrong. Users, write the fuck in.
Robert,
if I'm
answer
wrong,
the question.
I
when the
don't
invisible man eats a chicken leg, do you see the yummy meat slide down his esophagus?
Actually, if I will say that's actually a good question. In the League of Extraordinary Gentlemen, I do believe you do see the food go inside him.
Do you see it become shit?
Book.
But you don't see the food in like the Hollow Man. Yeah, I think your dick disappears. No. And as Harper said earlier, if you were to give this lover a cream pie, some of the cream would come out of it later on.
No. Wait,
you get the drop.
If you're fucking a girl, if you're fucking
an invisible girl.
So does that mean when you're inside her and people look at you with your dick out, can they see a cross section of your penis?
They can't see anything.
What do you mean they can't see anything? So your bottom half of you disappears because you're fucking a girl and she's in the way. It makes no sense. Your dick has to be visible.
Inside of her.
It's inside of her.
But what do people see when they look at you? Is it a cross-section of your dick or is it just nothing? Because that doesn't make sense if it's not a cross-section, because when you're inside, it's invisible. Therefore, people are just seeing you with a dick as a fleshy stump. That is nothing hot about that. And is
it doesn't get Robert off. That's why we're wrong.
Sure.
He's never been less hard in his life.
I'm sorry. I don't want to look like I'm fucking with a bloody stump, and neither do you, listeners. Neither do you.
No, why would it be bloody?
Because
it was going to be bloody.
Going in and out
just
of it.
Because part of your cock is now invisible doesn't mean that.
What does it look like? What does it look like when it's in there?
It's gone for the most part, but then there's a little bit attached to it.
Gone.
It's inside her.
So all your balls are flapping against a non-existent ass?
It's
exactly.
invisible. Of course they would be.
And it's
what do you mean?
You can, and you'll be able to hear sounds. You'll be able to hear the sound. It's like
an object.
What does it look like? Is it just a big red stump? What does it look like if I'm looking at you fucking this girl and I'm staring at your crotch? What does it look like to me? What does your crotch look like to me? Tell me.
Why would you be there watching me fuck the invisible woman?
I love that I turned this around on you guys. I genuinely did.
Yeah, he's got like, yeah. No, listen, it'll look like that it's clearly in something because. Yeah, he's got it. He's got his POV camera on.
He's got his cock in his hand, trying to see your little nub.
What does it look like? What does it look like?
You're also saying like she's invisible. It doesn't mean she can't make sounds. So maybe you hear some moaning. Maybe like here's the thing.
Yeah, Robert, would you see the bed reverberate with her vocal cords?
Yeah, because you'll see it. You might
mean?
Well, you can see the dick inside her. What else can you see?
So were you saying like vocal cords? I thought you were going to say like her ass imprint in the bed.
Well, this was an important question I wanted to ask you, right? So you can see the dick inside her, right? You say you 100%. Don't know if you would see shit forming in her guts, right?
Sure.
So if you put your dick up her ass, would it disappear?
Yeah, that's a great question.
No. Let's be honest here. The shit's part of her.
Oh,
the dick's not.
Hey. He's making our argument. He's got turned around.
We got him.
That's the part of debate. The shit's part of her. No,
he's trying
dick
to look.
is still visible if it's up her
somehow.
ass.
That's
it's
insane.
Still visible. If she's sucking your dick, dick's still visible.
Butt plug up the ass, you only see the button. You do not see the entire plug.
No, you see the entire plug.
That's crazy. Yeah,
maybe she already did an enema and it's all clear up there.
Okay, so you're saying she's prepared, right? Which is healthy.
She's got to piss, right? Do you see her fucking urine in her bladder?
Well, it's part of her. It's the fucking thing that I don't think you're... No, it's part of her. Everything part of her is invisible. Your dick is not part of her, therefore it's not invisible. So I have a basic logic as we're going to get.
Here's a question for you. So say you and the invisible woman have a baby. How much of the baby is invisible? Do you see the penis?
Can we do a quick pundit square?
Well, at that point, it's part of it. Do you deny that babies aren't part of women?
Yeah, but also you're visible.
We are getting into a whole thing. That's a dangerous.
We'll cut it down.
Don't leave that part in. We can, because reeling it back is we'll keep arguing about this forever. This is
incredible content. Listen, I want to say that right now that you are so much in the wrong. I feel like you're making me feel crazy. All right, and part of me is we're digging this hole because you said earlier in this episode that I look like the kind of guy who would leave skid marks.
Oh, would your skid marks be invisible, Malcolm? Is that your whole thing?
Great question, Malcolm. No. He's on to something. Would you see the invisible woman's skid marks?
Exactly.
Yes, you would. Because it's outside of her body. Because it's outside of her body. The shit's inside her body because it's her shit.
So
when she part of her body, therefore it's invisible. My dick is not part of her body, but it's inside her. Therefore it's visible.
Up like you just fucking saw Demko make an incredible save. Did you see that?
I was going, yeah. I was like, I'm ready to, I was like, oh my God.
You're ready to throw fucking down on a thing you guys are wrong about? Cool.
Meet me in the parking lot. Oh my God. Here's the thing.
So stupid.
Sorry? You're the one with the cross-section dick here. Get the fuck out of here.
If you can't envision in your mind's eye a fleshy nub that becomes a penis as you pull it out of the invisible woman, I don't know what to tell you. You have no critical thinking skills.
Yeah, because
go fuck yourself. I don't want to see some guy's fleshy fucking nub fucking somebody.
If she's on top and she's riding you, your dick you'll see more dick every once in a while, right? That's what you're asking, right? Is that's what the question is?
So true.
Because your nub will keep growing because you're not seeing tip.
You have done something to this podcast.
You haven't seen tip. Yeah, you're just complaining because you're not seeing tip. That's what seems to be the problem here.
Seeing. That's all that goes in for you.
No, I'm a big one.
I have a big wiener. Trust
Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first.
No, I'm trying to add to this argument because I don't understand.
There's nothing to add. You guys are just wrong.
No, we're circling the drain because you refuse to admit you're wrong. And it's incredible what lengths you will go to.
I will say, right now, we are arguing about something that is not real. I'm still right, but we're arguing against something that is not real.
The basis of the question.
Okay. Your thinking is her skin refracts, therefore she's invisible.
That's not the only argument.
That's insane.
That is what you said. That was the example you gave when talking about translucent from the boys.
Example of invisibility.
Is she invisible, or is her skin just exhibiting or just showing what's behind her? Is that what the fuck you're talking about? ladies and gentlemen, we're going to have to end the podcast and maybe forever.
He's trying to end the podcast to get out of it because he knows he's wrong.
No,
He's so
I am
wrong.
not fucking don't. Okay, look at me. This
All
is
right,
me being my most serious. I've been in a hot sec. I am not wrong. This is a real thing. You guys are fucking crazy. Don't fondle your nipples.
Well, you can
Are
see
they
him, can't
invisible? No.
you? They're part of
If
you.
you're
hold
sucking
on.
on your titties, do they disappear?
Yeah.
Yeah,
No!
the nipple will be
If they're
gone.
in her mouth.
'Cause
they
they're
go
in her
away.
mouth.
Wait, so what? Then they see just like a big red bit of flesh.
Yeah, it reflects
behind.
whatever
Yeah.
is
You have
near
a
it.
crater on your chest now
Yeah.
because she's sucking on your nipples. You
Yeah.
are fucking psychotic.
You've never jerked off
We're
to an
not-
invisible woman, and it shows.
No, I have, and I saw the dick the entire time. I am angry.
1 point for me, 1 point for
Robert's-
Harper,
Robert's
0
the
points
guy
for
in the
Robert.
backseat.